Hey there, I'm Further Reading. Today we're going to talk about the alpha version of DFHack, how to install it, and a couple of cool things you can do with it. To quickly summarize what exactly DFHack is, it is a tool that adds a command line interface to your game that you can use to run various commands. You can either run them in-game or you can run them through a console that loads in a separate window. First, I'll explain how to install it. What you want to do is go here to github.com/dfhack/releases. The first post you see on this website will be the most up-to-date release. You scroll down until you see assets, you expand that, and you can download this zip file. At the moment, at the time of making this video, it's Windows only, but in future you should see other operating systems here. Once you download it and extract it, you will have a folder with all of these files and folders in it. What you want to do is go to your install for Dwarf Fortress. The best way to do that is to go to Steam, right click Dwarf Fortress on the left hand side and go to browse local files, and this is going to take you to your Dwarf Fortress folder. Then all you need to do is copy everything that's here and you are going to paste it into this folder. Now, next time you start up, you will have a DFHack window opening up. In addition, you'll see DFHack in the top left side. That will be active on any of your current worlds. When you start it back up, you'll get this big warning that is the alpha version, and to be careful, that it might cause problems. Now I'm going to show you some things you can do with it, but keep in mind this warning and be wary that because it's an alpha, there might be some issues. After removing this warning, you can press Ctrl Shift and D to open up the DFHack launcher, and from here you can look up all of the commands, get some documentation about what they do, and basically do everything that you need to do with DFHack. The first one I want to talk about is the fixes. So you can just type fix up here to get there. These are all commands that can be used to fix issues that may cause FPS problems or bugs. Fix dead units. This is going to remove dead units from the list. Basically, if you go here to dead or missing, if this list gets too big, then it can stop migrants from visiting because these will count towards your population. So what you can do is go to dead units, press return, and it's telling us now that it removed 362 units from dead units. So if you head back now to our dead units list, you'll see all of these unnamed troglodytes are gone, most of the unnamed enemies are gone, and it's a lot smaller and a lot easier for you to manage. Another good fix is Blood Del. What this does is it removes liquids that can't be used from caravan manifests. So things like blood, ichor, and goo that you might see caravans bring sometimes, which at the moment have no function in game, it won't include them in the list. And this means that your caravan list will be a bit more useful. And also because now in the early game, your caravans won't get wagons. That way they're not wasting weight on items that can't be used. The next one for fix dry buckets. For this bug, when a dwarf has a task to bring water somewhere, how the task works is they have to get an empty bucket, fill the empty bucket with water, and then bring the water to the place. The bug is that if they get interrupted after filling the bucket with water, they can't use that bucket anymore. Because again, the first step in all these tasks is to fill a bucket with water, and it doesn't recognize the fact that buckets can have water in them before a dwarf starts the task. So dry buckets is going to find all of these buckets and remove the water from them, and that way they can be used for the stuff. Next one I want to mention isn't in the fix section, but I would consider a bug fix, and this is cleanowned. If you recall from my military video, I mentioned how sometimes military dwarves can have a meal, and before they get to eat their meal, they'll drop it on the floor because they get interrupted or distracted for some reason, and then that meal can't be moved because it is owned by that dwarf. This is how you fix that problem. When you run it just on its own, it is going to mark anything that is rotten or anything that is food that is on the floor and will remove the ownership from it. And that way your food hauls will stop moving food, or they'll stop moving stuff to be dumped if it needs to be dumped. There's a whole bunch of additional ways you can use this too, but the documentation is really, really good. I won't bore you by reading it all out, but check out the docs, they're really good. This is a great command, you should definitely use it. Now that we're done covering the bug fixes, let's talk about some more useful mechanics. A very helpful one I like is prioritize. Prioritize is going to allow you to tell Dwarf certain jobs should be done at a higher priority. A simple way to use it is to do prioritize-j. That is going to list all of the jobs you have to do. And let's say I want to make sure that this dump item job gets done first. I just type in prioritize dump item. And now the 4 dump item jobs in my list right now are considered a higher priority. So dwarves who have the labor to do that job are going to prioritize getting this finished. You notice there that when I typed it in, we lost access to a list of jobs. One handy thing is with the console, the jobs stay listed, so you can actually look at this to figure out the exact name of the job that you want to prioritize. If you scroll down, you can see some extra examples. Some interesting ones is -A. This -A option means all of these jobs going forward will be prioritized. This default one is a list of jobs that people considered should be highly prioritized. They've got them listed down below. You can also do specific ones. So for example, this one is saying to prioritize hauling food and corpses, which can prevent rot, which is very, very useful. One thing to keep in mind though is that if you prioritize too many jobs, it becomes less effective. So I would recommend definitely using this, but be a bit wary about the -A. Personally, I like having this. This is a good one to be prioritized. And then after this one, maybe I'll prioritize dump, because usually if I tell someone to dump something, I want it done straight away. And after that point, I'll prioritize if I feel something has to get done right away and my dwarves aren't doing it fast enough, like say build a specific building or whatever. Then I'll prioritize that task, but not using -A. So once that task is done, it'll go back to its normal priority. Next one I like a lot is autobutcher. Autobutcher is going to monitor the population of animals in your fort and allows you to specify how many males, females, and children that you want. And it will automatically schedule butcher jobs if the population gets too high. In order to use it, first you have to enable it. So you type enable auto butcher, and there you go. And then let's say we want to add something to our list. Let's say we want to watch pigs. We do auto butcher watch pig, like so. And let's see, this has been finished successfully. Then we can use the auto butcher GUI to have a look and see the current settings. So you'll see here, these are defaults that get added when it detects a new race. Every 6,000 ticks, it's going to run this. So after 6,000 ticks, it's going to check to see what animals in your fort, and it's going to populate this. So right now it only says pigs because for the demo I'm just adding pigs manually. But if you have this running in your fort and you check after a while, you'll see all of the different creatures in your fort will have their own entries here. What this is showing you is the first number is how many currently exist. The second number is what the limit is. So here it's telling me that for my pigs I've got 2 female kids and I'm allowed to have up to 5 female kids, so nothing will get butchered. Here for male kids, I want 1. I currently have 3, which means 2 of them will get automatically scheduled to be butchered. For the female adults, you'll see that 7 should be 5, so 2 of them will get butchered. And for male adults, it's at 7, we want 1, so 6 of them will get butchered. And finally, these commands will allow us to set the numbers. Let's say I'm okay with having 7 female adults. I could say, you know what, we actually want 7. And they can now say 7 out of 7. So that means that we're not going to end up slaughtering any of our female pigs. Stonesense is done just by running the Stonesense command in the GUI. And what this is going to show you is a isometric representation of your map. So you'll see here as I scroll down, you can see on the top right how things are changing as I move around. And I can kind of see, you know, I can see stuff like what the cavern floor is made out of. If I scroll down to where there's people, you can see, you can maybe make out just a little bit. We can see over here the tops of some screw pumps. If I go down a bit more, keep going down. So this is like in my base proper. And you can see all the bedrooms and stuff and how they look with the nice little glass windows. You can see all of the birds in my little nest box there, including all their names. In fact, all my dwarves can see their names, so it makes it a bit easier to actually find where your dwarves and stuff are. My base isn't really built for looking very pretty in isometric, but some people will focus a lot on that and make very pretty looking bases. I've noticed that sometimes when you're using it, it can just go all blue. A good way I found to fix that is you press F1 to go back to the top. You press, make sure you're in mining mode, you've got the mining cursor on screen, and maybe move the mining cursor around a little bit first. And then once you've done that and you start using WSD again, everything should start working fine. Now, the last thing I'm going to cover is a bit exploity, but this is how you should remove aquifers from your maps on a brand new Embark. If you check the launcher, there is a drain aquifer command. However, at the start of an Embark, you can't see all the way down. So before you do that, you want to reveal the map. So now the map is revealed. We can head down and you'll see everything is black rather than usual gray, and you'll see we can tell what everything is made out of. If we go into mining mode and we scroll down, you'll start seeing this is now an aquifer layer. You can tell it's an aquifer layer because this is all damp. Scroll up above and there's no liquid here. So this must be an aquifer layer. And you can go down and now this is where it ends. This is showing you not just the aquifer layer, but if you remember correctly with aquifers, right? The final aquifer layer will drip down onto the first non-aquifer layer. And here, the first non-aquifer layer is still marked as damp. So we'll see here this limestone and hematite area. This is an aquifer. There's an aquifer on the layer above it. If you scroll down once more, this is now going to be completely dry. There'll be no water coming from the roof. So now you know exactly how much you have to dig through to get down past the aquifer. And let's say, you know, at this point you decide, you know what, I don't want to bother digging through the aquifer. You know, I don't want to use it. I don't think it'll be useful. I just want to get down as fast as I can to start doing, you know, dwarf shenanigans. At that point, what you can do is run your command. And there you go. You can see that the aquifer only existed in 4 layers. It was a bit of a skinny aquifer, but it was wide. There was lots of tiles. So now it's been removed and no more aquifer. You'll see the only damp part is the bit that's right below the river. Yeah, so let's say you've removed the aquifer now and you want to be surprised what's down in the caverns. What you want to do is open this back up and we're going to type in unreveal. We do that now, the map is hidden again and you can see we don't see anything anymore. One thing to be aware of with the reveal and unreveal command is it doesn't know if you changed map. By this I mean, if we hit reveal here and you look and you decide, I don't like the look of this cavern layer, I don't want to play here, and you quit and you do a new embark, it won't let you reveal. So for example, here I am in a brand new map. Scroll down, you see we can't see anything. I've never done reveal here before. I'm going to open up DFHack, I'm going to type in reveal and see. It tells me it's already revealed or this is a different map. So because I didn't unreveal before leaving, it still thinks it's revealed. In order to fix this, we have to forget that the fact we've ever revealed. So if we type in forget here, you'll see rev forget appears over here. And hit that. We're going to run this. And then we're going to type reveal again. And now it worked. And we scroll down and we can see that we can see the caverns and everything again. So ideally you would unreveal before you leave. But if you forget to do that, you just do rev forget. And with that, I am done my basic introduction to DFHack. I'm really only showing the tip of the iceberg here. There's a lot more really useful, interesting things that you can use it for. I just don't want this video to be ridiculously long. For those of you who've used DFHack a lot, feel free to add comments down below suggesting other cool commands people should be looking at. If you want to watch more content like this, you can check out any of the videos on screen right now. Or you can find me on Twitch, where I stream Dwarf Fortress pretty regularly. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.